So, what caused the market to go up? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. I'm sure this is a question that you guys have been asking. It's not going to be much of a surprise as the FOMC Fed meeting was today. We talked about this since last week. We talked about this yesterday. And if you're part of my Learn Plan Profit group, we talked about it with the video that we uploaded today on YouTube. It was a very important meeting because they were going to talk about this interest rate hike. This is the first time in 20 years that they've increased interest rates half of a percentage point. This is back since 2020. Interest or inflation is at or was at the highest point that it's ever been in the past 40 years. So there is no question that the Feds have really had to double down on tackling down inflation rates. And the only way to do this is by raising interest rates in effort and hope that people cut back on spending and being able to, equal out. With that being said, why is raising interest rates higher or a higher percentage point, so half of a percentage point? This hasn't been done in 20 years. So why is that action causing the market to push up today? A lot of people are questioning, is this an overreaction? Well, things are definitely not getting better. But one of the things that you have to understand is that the conversation of raising interest rates half of a percentage point has been a conversation since the past month. It's been factored into the market. You guys have noticed, right, that other than today, the market has been bleeding. This isn't the real estate market. This isn't any other market that takes time to factor news in. This thing factors in things right away. So if something were to come out, it gets factored into the market right away. With that being said, what was announced today was not just the half of a percentage point that didn't come as a surprise because it was already factored in. It's kind of like an earnings report when, okay, earnings are as expected. Cool. But what is almost even more important? It's the guidance, right? The guidance after the earnings, where they're going to talk about the up and coming future. If you guys heard Jerome Powell today, he talked about he needs to really tackle down inflation rates by increasing interest rates. No question about it. But he will not increase interest rates more than half a basis point. This is huge. Now, this is great news, which is why the market reacted the way that it did. This took that uncertainty of oh my God, can we potentially increase interest rates, 0.75%? Could that have been possible? It was a question. There was a bunch of articles. It was kind of getting factored into the market. And I think this is why we saw the reaction that we did. It's kind of a hard concept to grasp if you're kind of newer to the market. If you're newer to the market, you might not understand, earning reports, how companies can beat earnings but then still drop because of their guidance. It's kind of like the same thing right now. How can they increase interest rates, which is not a positive notion, yet the overall markets can still rise? This is one of the biggest rises that TQQQ has seen in quite some time. It's because it's about the guidance for the up and coming future, the concern of, okay, we're only raising it this amount, but that's already factored in. What about what's next? Are you going to raise it even more? Are you going to take a more aggressive approach? And I think that's where the concern really was. To my understanding, the Feds are trying to front load interest rate hikes. They're trying to really focus on that for the month of May and for the month of June. But for every other month following after that, they're not trying to take as aggressive of an approach. And today was kind of confirmation of that, which is why we saw the market react the way that we did. Now, with that being said, if something were to happen where, hey, raising interest rates, it's not bringing down inflation rate as quickly as they anticipated, and they feel like they need to take a next level type of approach, and they end up increasing interest rates 0.75%. Now, if you thought today was a really nice rally, then be ready for a drop, right? Nothing is ever certain But again, very grateful for how today played out. I had a little bit over 1,000 shares. If you guys follow me on Instagram, the link is down below. I actually posted an update. I'm here traveling with my family. This is my first family trip with my newborn and with Rachel. It's Rachel's birthday today, so we're kind of celebrating her birthday for this upcoming week. And we're traveling to Hawaii. As soon as I landed, I was kind of expecting the market to be up. I didn't expect them to raise the interest rate higher than 0.5%. And I saw my phone, and I'm very grateful. $42,000 on the day. I left myself with 4,000 shares. So this means I wanted to show you guys my overall filled orders. This means that I sold my position, or most of my position, right around. Let me go ahead and actually show you $42 and $42.08. I'm very grateful for how things played out. I really began loading up on TQQQ at the oversold levels. I didn't expect it to play out to this degree, but I'm very grateful that it did. I decided to lock in profits. I do think that today is somewhat of an overreaction. I would rather play it safe, and then depending on how the market opens tomorrow, I can always add back into my position size. That being said, also Tesla, this is not a position that I plan to sell anytime soon. I'm only going to buy more of. I'm up 1,100 on that one as well. Some people, when I began posting this, so they're like, oh my God, that's a crazy position. There's actually a video that I uploaded yesterday where I talked about that I was buying more Tesla, I was buying more TQQQ, and someone in the comments section called me crazy, right? Yeah, to some degree, right? Markets are pretty bad. Inflation is at the highest it's ever been in 40 years. Interest rates are rising. Russia's attacking Ukraine. Oil prices are going up. Some people might view it as crazy, but I feel like, right, we always look back to every previous recession. We view it as an opportunity. Every current recession, we view it as risk. Yeah, you have to be a little crazy to kind of trust in yourself. But isn't that the whole point of being a trader, of being an investor, is to see something that most people don't see? And I think today's a perfect example of that. So I'm very grateful, again, with how today played out. If you guys have any specific questions that you guys would like me to answer, I do have a free Discord group. I would encourage you, if you're an absolute beginner and you're just looking to get connected, click that first link in the description. That's my free Discord group. Ask me any question. And again, feel free to network with other like-minded individuals. I do trade live every single morning. This is something that I do exclusive to my Learn Plan Profit group, and that's going to be that second link down below. If you're tired of missing out, and if you're ready to join my team, that is literally the only group that I work with on a closer basis. And again, second link down below, and make sure you use that $100 off coupon. That is one of the biggest sales that we offer. And yes, it's a one-time payment, and yes, it's a lifetime access. Hope that I earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.